course you are. Are you free for dinner?
KT, do you have any good stories about hanging out with Margaret Thatcher that you can share?
Okay, there's one great time after she was Prime Minister and left office where I went to a small dinner party in London, and there were about 12 people around the table. And they were all leaders and captains of industry and great household names. And every one of them got up to give her a great toast, long toast. Well, she and Dennis, as you know, Imogen, were very happy to have a good time. Lots of wine was flowing. They'd all had a couple of drinks. And she was sitting across from Dennis. He fell asleep first. And then she tipped her head back, dozing off, and actually started snoring. Well, all of these great men, one after another, were giving fantastic, unbelievably great, testimonies to what an incredible leader she had been, and none of them knew what to do because she was actually snoring. Well, at the end of the speech, all the speeches, people thought, well, we had to go like that, wake her up. She didn't need it. Her head snapped forward, she stood up, she leaned against the table, and she said, "You've all said wonderful things about me, but I must tell you I could never have achieved that without a few good men." And she turned to the former defense minister. "Without you, I wouldn't have won the Falklands War. Without you, I wouldn't have privatized British industry. Without you, I would have had to get part of Europe, and we would have given up our sovereignty." Well, these men were in tears. She finished, she sat down, she tipped back and went back to sleep.
I'd like to see Cher do that.
To be clear, Cher is still alive.
Cher is still alive. By the way, you should know this.
All right. Yeah, well, no, that's why I was a little down when we first came here. I guess my armband had already fallen off.
Yes.
It was black but glittery.
The whole Cher thing, though, it tells you in a weird way how unless you have the right people, teaching history, nobody's going to remember the greatness, because you're going to have people who hate her writing the histories, and you have kids now who don't even know who she is.
Yeah, but most American kids today don't know where Britain is.
Yeah, that's true.
Ask an American what the difference between England and Great Britain is.
Don't even ask me that.
No idea.
when I moved to London, I didn't know what it was.
I do think that this will be the last time that a British Prime Minister is such global news when they die. I don't think we're going to see it again. We won't see it for Blair.
Well, who's the guy now?
Cameron, along with Nick Clegg. The GQ boys, as Cavuto calls them.
Yes. Coalition government, don't you know? But the best part about this entire segment are those tights. I want to roll that, Britannia.
Oh, you're disgusting, Bill.
What? That was charming.
No, it wasn't.
If Hugh Granton said it, would have been great with his accent.
No, it would not.
All right.
From
KT, Margaret Thatcher once told you to do something with 2 dresses?
She once told me that when I was running for the Senate, she said, always take 2 dresses to an interview. I said, why? And she said, well, the first one might clash with the background. Great advice. I've done it ever since.
Me too, actually.
In fact, Andy, do you have another tie that you might want to put on?
I don't. I think this tie matches the background perfectly.
That's why Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister and you're still here.
No. Wow.